Welcome to the Ultraflex Football podcast, where we have fun with our friends while we talk about football and anything else we want to talk about. I'm your host, Anthony Sutton. With me, as always, is my friend Ryan Wheeler.
Hey.
And my other friend, Rob Green.
What's up?
Rob will be getting us started with his segment today, but first, we have an announcement to make. That the last few weeks we've been a little sneaky. So we've been trying to say the song titles from different albums during the show. So 3 weeks ago, we did Taylor Swift, Anti-Hero. 2 weeks ago, we did Scotty McCreery, Same Truck. And then last week, believe it or not, Ryan talked about Reindeer because we were doing the Frozen soundtrack. So each episode, try to see if you can pick what album we're doing.
That one might have been a little obvious.
Yeah, I think someone had to have figured that one out.
Yeah.
The Let It Go, we said that a few times.
Yeah.
The Reindeer,
so,
yeah.
We'll try to, or not try, we will be doing one every episode. So see if you can figure out what one we're doing this episode. And we'll start out with Rob's segment.
All right. Trivia time, Thanksgiving edition.
Oh, yeah.
Get your pens, get your papers, and let's do it. You ready?
Ready.
Question 1. How many places in the United States have the word turkey in their name? Now we're talking like towns and cities.
Oh my gosh. There's just simply no way we have any idea.
50 states. I'm going to say 2 states. My guess is 100.
Okay, Ryan, what's your first initial guess?
I'd be surprised if one is in every state, so I'm going to go with like 35.
All right, well, you're both shooting high for your choices here. A, 1, B, 7, C, 12, or D, 23.
Oh man, when Rob said 12, he had like this little micro expression. It was like a I don't know.
Ryan's trying to pick up on my tells here.
I don't know if it was a smile or if it was a show of disdain, like it's definitely not true, but I have to call it out here. That was C, right? 12?
Yep, 1, 7, 12, 23.
I also feel like it's 12 because, like, if you're picking numbers, lucky number 7, 23 is Jordan, but I'm trying to be different than you, so
That's right.
I went B, 7.
C, 12.
Smart choice, Anthony. The answer
Come
is
on.
7. So there
Let's go.
is Turkey City, Texas, Turkey Creek, Kansas, Arizona, Louisiana, and Arkansas. And there is a Turkey, North Carolina. Not sure if you've heard of that one, Anthony.
Nope.
And finally, there's a Turkey Valley, South Dakota.
Got a 3-question lead.
Man, let's keep falling further and further behind here.
I think you ought to know this next one. Question 2, Thanksgiving edition trivia. How many turkeys are consumed by Americans each Thanksgiving?
Oh, obvious.
On average.
46 million.
Okay. Anthony?
That was very fast. I don't even know. 70 million.
All right. Here's your options. A, 46 million. B, 54 million. C, 65 million. Or D, 79 million.
Well, obviously Ryan's going A.
I'm going A.
And the fact that you said it to
Don't
the exact
go
number.
the same thing as me, you son of a gun.
I won't.
Yeah, so answers?
A.
I'm going C, 65.
Yeah, Ryan, you got lucky because clearly you knew that one.
I did.
I'm not sure why you played it off like that,
Dude.
because Anthony should have just jumped on that answer.
He should have 100%. So what's funny is that's part of my did you know for the day.
Nice.
So
we're
I'm going to
both
do a
thinking along the
turkey.
same lines there again. That's like
Yeah.
at least once every episode we do that.
It happens, man. We are just our minds are connected. But
So yeah, I saw it said 45 to 46. I wanted to go with the higher number, but try to trick you guys with making that the lowest choice. So yeah, you each got one right this time.
All right. Still a 2-question lead for me, but we're getting better. At least we're getting some right.
are we leaving out the fact that we murder 46 million turkeys every year so that we could have Thanksgiving? Do we just ignore that?
Now I think the turkeys are probably raised just for Thanksgiving. Like that's their only purpose. So
Oh,
does that make
sad.
it any better? I don't know.
No, no, it
probably not.
doesn't. It doesn't. You learn something new every day, I guess.
Yes.
One of my largest clients is Butterball.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. So
I wonder how many of the turkeys are Butterball turkeys.
probably a decent amount.
Yeah, those Butterball turkey breasts.
Cool. So that's trivia time. I got a 2-question lead. Like I said, we're getting better. We are also keeping the Thanksgiving Day theme or week theme because we're going to be drafting Thanksgiving Day traditions. So same concept as last week. We'll be doing a 4-round snake draft with Rob having the first pick. I will have the second pick. Ryan will have the third pick, and then Ryan will have the next pick, and we'll snake back. And when we say Thanksgiving Day traditions, could be anything from football to the parade to the food, anything that could be happening on that day. So, Rob, with the first overall pick, what do you have?
I'll start it off with the traditional sit-down Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, I mean it's hard
The
to
food.
hard to beat that one. I will go second pick. I will go with watching football.
Man. Those are my top two. They're
I
gone.
think those are my top two as well. Good choice.
Oh, man. All right. Well, I guess I got to do the lame stuff like family and friends, but I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm going to take just being able to like spend time with family, friends, whatever. I don't know. Can I get both of those or do you only get family or friends?
No, they can be separate.
Separate?
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, then I'll take family.
Because there's like the Friendsgiving thing that's getting popular. I've heard
Yeah.
about those. So
Okay. Well, then give me my family over my friends. Just kidding, guys. I love you.
So you're going family first and then friends second,
No.
or friends first and then family.
Friends aren't that important, you see. We're going to go.
Because your real friends are your family, right?
That's right. That's exactly right. There's there's good ones. I feel like I have to do family and watching the Macy's Day Parade.
Macy's Day Parade, I like.
Yeah, it's
All right.
definitely a tradition you always think about, right? You
Yeah.
always associate that with Thanksgiving.
All I really want on Christmas, on Thanksgiving, is to eat, hang out with family,
You just want it to be Christmas.
watch football. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
With my second pick, I will go with leftovers. To me, there is not much better than Thanksgiving leftovers and specifically pounding my face full of food at like 8:30, 9 o'clock with leftover pie and things like that.
Yes.
You knew this was going to be a wrap if you gave me dinner and leftovers, huh?
Yeah. So
Couldn't
I
let
had to
that
get some.
happen.
I had to get some food on Thanksgiving.
That's where I was definitely going, but I'll go with the Black Friday shopping and just deals in general, online, whatever. Just this time of year.
Cyber Monday is a different thing.
Well, that's fine. It seems like most of it they consider Black Friday now. Like Walmart's doing their Black Friday deals like all month, and then like Target, Amazon, they all have their Black Friday deals all the time. So I think there is still a Cyber Monday, but I just associate the bigger deals with being Black Friday.
Especially the last few years with COVID and stuff. People are starting deals like online, like at 10 a.m. on Thanksgiving now.
Yeah.
It's always fun to try to score some good deals.
Who's your wraparound pick?
Oh, that's right. I got another one. Man, I'm slacking here. I'm gonna go with. No, I don't know if it's always on Thanksgiving. Sometimes it's earlier, but I'll do setting up for Christmas time. I think it's once Thanksgiving's done, you're definitely into Christmas time. For me, it's even before sometimes, but I think it's the latest I would ever set up for Christmas. So
we have our tree up as of right now. This is probably the earliest we've ever had it up, but I think typically we put it up the evening of Thanksgiving. So I think that counts.
Yeah, it was on my list.
Next pick for me is going to be that sweet afternoon nap after the food, after that first football game. Trying to get a nice hour nap in before the next game.
Man, I think Ryan really wanted that one. I know you're a napper, Ryan.
Dude.
I'm not a napper, so I was never taking that one, but I know you are.
I love my naps. Oh, man. Well, I guess I got two, right, to finish up here?
Yep.
Ooh. Well, I'm going to take Cyber Monday. I don't do any Black Friday shopping personally. I always wait till the online deals, Cyber Monday. But like you guys said, they're kind of just like an all-month thing now. But that, and then let's go with the turkey trot.
My man's getting into shape running that 5K.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Doing a parade. Yep. Doing a turkey trot. Man.
That's right.
I'm going to go all football, everything football, which if I'm already watching football, then I need to do some backyard playing football. So I will do the family backyard football game.
Nice.
And the last pick of the draft,
Need a nap after that too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I know you guys don't do it, so I figured I'd just take it with my last pick. I'll take going hunting on Thanksgiving morning. Something I usually do every year, so it's a tradition for me.
Nice. All right.
So friends didn't get drafted, huh?
No. Like I said, if they're close enough friends, they're family.
Yeah.
So I've never actually done a Friendsgiving, as I've been seeing more things about that. So I'm sure it's getting more and more popular. But
just to recap, Rob's picks are dinner, Black Friday shopping, Christmas decorations, and hunting. I have watching football, leftovers, the afternoon nap, and then playing football in the backyard. Ryan has family, family, Macy's Day Parade, Cyber Monday, and the turkey trot. So that's a lot of things that are all surrounded by one holiday.
It is.
And we get to experience it all this week.
Awesome.
Yes, we do.
Now we're going to switch over to the football portion of the podcast. Rob, when I say football, what are the first things that come to your mind?
And I'm just thankful for the Bills team that we have now compared to what we had growing up.
Yeah.
Keep it as a Thanksgiving style episode. I'm thankful for the Bills and for Josh Allen.
Listeners are like, God bless America. Here they go again. The Bills.
Are you more thankful for Josh Allen or Brandon Beane?
Oh, man. Beane's been good for the team. I mean, he's the guy who drafted Allen, I guess, him and McDermott. But probably Allen, just because without the quarterback, it's tough to win, and it's certainly harder to watch. So,
yeah,
Rob's head over feet in love with Josh Allen, clearly.
Oh yeah, of course, definitely.
Who isn't?
It's hard not to be a Bills fan.
The thing I like most about him is how much he embraces the city of Buffalo. So
yeah,
hopefully we can finally win a Super Bowl. The first thing for me that comes when I think about football is actually my coworker is an Eagles fan, and we were just chatting at the office yesterday, and he asked me how many teams would I AFC or NFC, right now bet to win the Super Bowl over the Eagles? And I said 5, and he couldn't believe that it was that many. What do you guys think?
Oh, it's a bet.
Chiefs, easy.
Chiefs, Bills.
Bills. I said the 49ers.
Yeah, I'm okay.
I said probably the Cowboys.
Yeah, I think I might.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Cowboys, maybe. That's close.
Give me the Titans. Titans.
They'd probably be about 4 or 5 on my list. I'm good with the 49ers as well. Really good defense. I mean, they have probably the top group of offensive playmakers at this point.
Yeah.
With Debo, McCaffrey, Kittle.
If the Bucks play the Eagles right now in the playoffs, not right now, who would you pick to win?
Ooh. Did the Bucks make the playoffs then? Are we assuming that?
Yep.
I wonder who's a favorite in that game.
Yeah, that's tough. I think I picked
just because of
Eagles.
records, the Eagles would be at home at this
Yeah.
point, unless they have a second half collapse.
I'd have to go Eagles there. I know that it's close, but I do think the Eagles are a much better team.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet the Bucks over the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. Maybe depending on what the odds are, I might. But if you just said who do I think is more likely to win, I would take the Eagles.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he'll be happy to hear that it's only 4, maybe 5, if you include the Titans.
Gotta include the Titans. So the one thing that I've been thinking about is OBJ and how I'd love to see him on the Bills after watching Gabe Davis drop balls and it's frustrating.
It's a
I'm a
common
huge
theme
Gabe Davis
for
fan.
Davis at this point.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of his, and is making it harder and harder to defend him every time he does something stupid. It's like, all right, I would love to see Odell Beckham on the Bills though, but it sounds like he's probably going to be a Cowboy here soon.
I was gonna say, I think it's almost a foregone conclusion that he becomes a Cowboy. At this
It
point.
feels like it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a good
Jerry's.
fit.
Yeah, Jerry's gonna give him the money that he wants, and he's gonna be he's gonna be a star no matter where he goes because of his persona. But he's gonna be a bigger star in Dallas. So
yeah.
I think that's almost a foregone conclusion.
So you think he's going to get like a long-term contract, or not just a 1 year?
I don't think it'd be super long term, but I think Jerry would give him a 2 or 3 year contract, where a lot of teams probably wouldn't do that.
I think he's probably looking at a 2-year deal.
Yeah,
That's probably what he's going to get. Rest
The
of
other
this
thing-
year and one more.
The other thing I was looking at was how many bad teams or teams with bad records, I guess is a better way to put it, are stuck or committed to their quarterbacks. Because all year, and this might be more towards the fantasy portion of like, there's so many good quarterbacks coming in, whether it's Bryce Young or Stroud or Will Levis or whoever's coming in, Anthony Richardson. But these are the teams at the bottom of the league right now. Houston, they're going to take a quarterback. The second worst record is the Bears. Do you think they take a quarterback, or
no.
has Fields shown enough the last few weeks?
I think he's
I
probably
don't
shown
know
enough at this point.
Yeah,
And I think they need to build that roster up before
Yes.
they would consider drafting another quarterback.
Carolina, they probably take one. If they're the
Again,
third
that's a
overall.
bad roster, though. I don't know. They might be better off taking some talent and then pushing it a year.
So this is where, to me, it gets interesting. So I'm going from worst record up. So those are the bottom 3 teams. Pittsburgh, they just took Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, they're not taking one.
The Rams,
It might not be a bad time for him to think
Yeah,
about it, but
probably a good
what's
idea.
Stafford signed for?
they don't even have a
5
first round
years?
pick, do they? They don't have a first round pick for like
Oh, no,
4
they
years,
don't.
right?
Yeah.
you're right.
Denver. Now,
They
the
can't.
conversation's different. Should they take quarterbacks, or
They
will
also-
they take a quarterback?
They also don't. The Seahawks have their pick.
Right, and they couldn't anyway.
And again, yeah, they're stuck with Russ for at least a couple of years.
Cleveland, they
No,
got Watson.
Yep.
The Raiders,
no.
I saw a rumor today, something about maybe Rodgers gets traded there for Carr, like straight up. And then Devontae Adams gets reunited with Rodgers in Las
Devontae
Vegas.
be pissed. Finally got away from that drama queen, and then he got to play with his best friend, and off he goes.
Well, they're not winning, so I don't know how happy he is.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I don't know if he even is happy. He might want out.
But
Yeah, they could take a quarterback. I don't think they will, though, the Raiders.
Jacksonville? No.
Nah, they're not yet.
Arizona?
No.
Green Bay?
Nope. Probably not, but again, that's
Yeah.
another one that could consider it. I would think it would either be Rodgers or someone they traded Rodgers for, but
New Orleans?
Could you imagine if Green Bay went out and drafted a quarterback in the first round and Rodgers is still on the team again? It would be so awesome.
so only if they trade Rodgers would they potentially take one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. And then this would be the last one I name, but New Orleans, they probably do if they're
Yeah.
high enough and the right quarterback's available. But that's
They
one.
don't have the Eagles have their pick.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
The Eagles
Olave.
aren't taking one. Yep.
Okay, so I named 12 teams, that the bottom 12 teams in the league, and what, 2, maybe 3 of them
Maybe. Yeah.
realistically are looking at a quarterback. So it was just alarming to me to think that, like, typically you could say like 7 or 8 of those teams need a quarterback, but like because of the contracts and everything, all the trades and stuff, like not even all those teams need a quarterback. And we haven't even talked about, like, does Jimmy G go to one of those teams, or does another backup go to one of those teams? So it'll be interesting to see where all these. This was supposed to be like the quarterback class, where they all end up.
And the 24 quarterback class, I think, is supposed to be good too. I mean, I'm not a super big college football follower, but I've heard good things about it.
Have you heard
UNC's
about
quarterback, right? Yeah.
Have you heard about a hot take that I had earlier, that Drake May was going to be the number 1 pick, and he's looking pretty darn good?
Yeah, what is he sitting for Heisman odds? Like 3rd right now?
If he had a better game last week, he's probably top 3. He's probably like top 5. If he beats, or if they beat NC State and he does well against Clemson, he probably gets invited to New York, but he probably doesn't win it.
His stats were good.
Oh, he has the best stats by far,
Yeah.
but the ACC is not the strongest conference.
Definitely.
And then the only other thing I have for football, before, if you guys have anything else, you guys can jump in, is just that, similar to what Rob said, is just thankful that the Bills are now good enough and relevant enough to actually play on Thanksgiving. And we're going on, 2 or 3 years in a row.
It's like the 4th time in 5 years or something.
But there's
been a lot.
zero chance growing up that the Bills would have had any sort of primetime game, whether it's Thanksgiving or Sunday night or Monday night.
No, growing up, I always remember waiting for the schedule to come out to see if we had any night games, just to get, that national spotlight for once, to hear what they had to say about us, but we never had any. So
Yeah.
different times.
What I'm grateful for, I'm grateful that everyone dogs the Titans, because that way they can come in with an underdog mindset every single game and win most of them. I love it. That's what I'm grateful for. You guys go ahead and talk your Bills.
No, they're just so boring.
Silence. What?
Because they're boring.
They are boring. That's like the best thing about them. Like, teams see them, they're like, it's the Titans. And then they go in and get slapped in the mouth, and it's like, forgot about the Titans. Remember the Titans.
Very well coached, and their game travels. Right, good defense, run the ball, play action, all that stuff. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully, the Bills and Titans can meet in the AFC Championship game.
Wake up, people! The Titans are a top football team in the league, and they're here to stay. They're built for the future too. I feel good about this team.
Our confidence level 10 parlay last week lost because of my pick. I picked Houston and Washington to go over 40.5, and they got to 33 or 34 points. I think Washington got shut out in the first half. Or no, I'm sorry, Houston got shut out in the first half. So that wasn't great. But the fact that they were able to get it somewhat close was, I don't know, kind of impressive to have one team shut out in the first half. This week, I am going to stay away from the over-under. And I will be taking the Bucks minus 3.5 at the Browns. I think the Bucks are finally beginning to get healthy, and I think the Browns' season is over. They probably get a little jolt of energy when Watson comes back next week, but that's next week and not this week. So I'm taking the Bucks. Who do you got, Ryan?
No, I'm 3 for 3 so far. I just had to throw that out there. Gotten them all right. So I've done that by picking the over-unders, and I'm going to stay with that this week. I'm going Broncos at Panthers. I'm taking the under of 36.5. That Broncos defense is so good. That Panthers offense is so bad, and vice versa also. The Broncos offense is just terrible, and the Panthers are pretty good on D. So
You're not worried about the new quarterback there for the Panthers this week? Sam Darnold?
Ooh,
First start of the year?
terrifying. Yeah. No, I feel like that actually bodes well for the under for 36.5.
Yep. And my pick this week is the LA Chargers -4 against the Arizona Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are kind of just a team that's pretty much dead at this point. And the Chargers look good against Kansas City. And I think they're going to make a push here for the playoffs. So
Awesome.
going with the Chargers.
So we've got, just to recap, we've got the Bucks minus 3.5 at the Browns, Broncos, Panthers under 36.5, and the Chargers -4 at Arizona. We're also doing a special parlay for Turkey Day. So we'll be doing the Turkey Day TD parlay. Come up with all of these fun names just because why not? We're picking someone to score a touchdown during the Thursday games. I will be going with Dawson Knox because he's got to score sometime. He's supposed to be a big part of that offense, which the last 2 games he's become more of a threat in the passing game. They gave him that big contract and the extension because he has good chemistry with Josh Allen, and he's going to be a 2 or 3 option moving forward. So I think he scores a touchdown on prime time on Thanksgiving. Ryan, who do you have?
Man. I swear, like I've had him on my starting in my fantasy leagues every week, and I finally benched him last week, and he put up like 17 points.
Yeah, they're starting to. Last week, the Bills had a lot of pre-snap motion, a lot more. It felt like a lot more Allen out of the pocket. So hopefully, we see more of that.
Who are you asking to go up next?
You go ahead.
All right, I'm going Dak Prescott. I don't know, man. I have not done well. I'm not going to lie with these touchdown predictions. So I'm just going with my gut here. My logic doesn't get me there usually, so I'm going with the gut.
Touchdowns are tough. They're mostly random. You know, a guy can get 3 carries from inside the 1 and get stuffed every time. We've seen it happen. So can get all the touches and not get it. But I'll take Justin Jefferson this week. He's at plus 125. I think you probably don't get him too much at plus numbers, but it helps that they scored 3 points last week against the Cowboys. Struggled mightily against that defense, and I think they can bounce back. I know the Patriots are a good defense, but the Vikings are going to want to not have 2 straight flops at home. So
you ought to know the chances of this going through are not very good with a plus 3,178 odds. But
hey, if it does, it's a nice little payday.
That's right.
Trying to think. No.
Does it hurt? Are you good, man?
Oh, sorry. Who were our TDs? Our TD parlay last week. Who was on that?
TD parlay last week. All 3 of them missed. We had Isaiah Pacheco. We had Matt Collins and Chase Claypool.
Yeah, not great. Not great.
not good.
We please ask that we are forgiven.
Please, please forgive us. All right.
My segment is up next. So play me that intro music, white boy. All right, I wanted to try something different. Still, it's kind of a dad joke, but it's also a riddle. So I want to see if you guys can get my riddle right. Are you ready?
I wasn't prepared for thinking.
I wasn't either, but I'm ready. Let's go.
There are 30 cows in a field and 28 chickens. How many didn't?
Can you say that one more time?
There are 30 cows in the field and 28 chickens. How many didn't?
10.
Very good.
This one's going over my head. So.
There are 38 cows. No, there are 30 cows and 28 chickens.
Okay. No,
How many
How
didn't?
many didn't?
Yeah, okay.
It took me
I got
three. It took me 3 or 4 tries. So props to Ryan.
Ryan was on that one.
First time.
After you said you weren't ready to think. Apparently, you didn't have to think. It just came right to you.
It popped in there.
See, all I really want is for you guys to laugh, and that's what happened. So
Appreciate that, bro.
moving on to what used to be known as fantasy time. Now we're changing it up. We are going to go with the Ultraflex DFS Head Start. Again, a fancy name, because why not? We will be each picking a bargain DFS player off of FanDuel. And there are 9 slots on FanDuel, divided by the $60,000 payroll that you have, which is an average of $6,666 per slot. So we are trying to keep it below that and ideally keep our 3 picks at a total of $18,000. So give you guys some bargain plays. That way you can fill out the rest of your lineup and go from there. But as we've said numerous times before, we don't win very often. So take that for whatever it's worth. Rob, do you want to go with your player first?
Yeah, let's do it. My play of the week is going to be new starting running back for the Rams, hopefully, with the Darrell Henderson release, Kyren Williams against the Chiefs this week. Rookie running back in his 3rd career game. He is the 41st most expensive. I know we struggle with how to say that, right, Ryan?
Yeah, dude, that's tough.
So there was 40 running backs that are more expensive than him at $5,300 on FanDuel. At this point in the season, it kind of seems like the Rams might be waving that white flag, sitting at 3-7. Stafford's dealing with some injuries, concussion. He might not play this week. I think they're just at this point ready to see what they have in some of their younger guys. Kyren Williams is exactly that, a rookie that they took, I want to say 4th round. So they're going to want to give him some touches, see what he's got. They're going to need to score some points to have any chance to even compete this week with the Chiefs. So he should get a lot of touches, considering how fast the Chiefs score. The Rams should have the ball a decent amount. So the Chiefs defense ranks 17th against opposing running backs in fantasy points per game. So there is opportunity there for him to have a decent game.
No, I'm not the doctor, but I feel like Cam Akers should not have come back as early as he did because he just doesn't look good. And he hasn't looked good ever since he came back. So there's no way that they march Cam Akers out there, right, for like the rest of the year? Or you think this is definitely Kyren Williams' time to take over?
I think it's Kyren Williams' time. They wanted the trade. Cam Akers obviously couldn't find a taker because no one...
Didn't they say he was like never going to play for them again or something?
Yeah. And then
he is.
Now he's come back and they cut Darrell Henderson. It's just kind of a weird situation.
I think it's ironic.
Stop it.
Jinx,
Good.
Oh my God.
I think it's ironic that he came back in the Super Bowl last year and looked healthier and better than he has so far this year. So I don't know, I guess, what to attribute that to, but it's just, during the Super Bowl, he was like fast and looked like a really good running back, and I think that's why there was a lot of hope for him this offseason in fantasy, and then he kind of fell on his face.
Yeah.
You'll learn not to always believe what you hear out of training camp, I guess.
That was a weird moment, man. That was cool though. That was cool.
Like it's usually me and Ryan that have moments
It
like
is,
that.
that was
It was
weird.
nice to have a different one there.
Get out of my head, guys.
Ryan, you want to go next?
What are we doing again? I forgot what we were doing, man.
Caught you with your hand in your pocket?
No.
I'll go.
Right. Your play of the week.
No. I got this. All right. So first of all, I wanted to finish out what I was doing this whole time, and that was giving a summary on what I did for the last week. I told you to start Chase Claypool last week. 2 catches for 11 yards. I told you to sit Paris Campbell. He had 5 catches for 67 yards. So bad call. This week, I have Curtis Samuel. He is the FanDuel wide receiver. What is going on? Am I doing the right segment here? Am I doing the right segment? Why is Rob? Okay. All right. Wide receiver 25 costs 6,500. They're playing the Falcons, 30th ranked defense against wide receivers. He scored the last 5 games since Heineke's been in there. He's had 13, 11, 17, 6, 9. Nice. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Threw my pen. we're falling apart here, boys. All right. He's actually got 48 catches on the year for about 500 yards and 4 touchdowns with 152 rushing yards. So he's actually getting attempts on the ground also, which you love to see for fantasy. I feel like he's got some positive regression coming here after the 6-point game and the 9-point outing that he's had the last 2 weeks after putting up 13, 11, and 17 before that. So law of averages. I'm a law of averages guy. Let's go, Curtis Samuel.
He's due for a big game.
He is.
Come on, Curtis. Let's go.
I like it. All right. My pick, I guess, value choice is Latavius Murray with Melvin Gordon leaving or getting released. He's out in Colorado. He's probably smoking some Mary Jane and relaxing and enjoying life at this point. So now we've got Latavius Murray.
He's retired a couple of years ago anyway. So
yeah, I agree.
You guys could have had my hand in my pocket.
It's a wake up call for him. Yeah, that's why I was laughing.
Latavius Murray's like RB1. Anytime you can get, I don't even know who the backup is because their other backups hurt, and Chase Edmonds is hurt. So anytime you can get a true RB1 for $6,200, and he's going up against a 29th ranked fantasy opponent, I feel like
I do know who the backup is. It's Marlon Mack. That guy's just everywhere.
Yes. It is.
I don't know if we'll see him actually be active, but yeah, he is the backup. So
I feel like Murray's definitely going to get the red zone touches. He can run right through you, and he'll be able to hopefully get 1 touchdown for us, and we'll go from there. So we've got between Latavius Murray, Curtis Samuel, and Kyron Williams, we've got 3 players that add up to a total of $18,000. So a lot of value there, and hopefully you guys can finish your lineup from there.
Yeah, so we're going to give you 30
studs.
Yeah, we're going to give you some 30% of your budget we spent, but you give you 70% of your budget left to fill those last 6 spots, and one of them is a defense. So you can spend up now at other places.
And if we're wrong, you can at Ryan at Ultraflex Ryan and take it up with him.
And let me know.
Speaking of Ryan, we're going to Ryan's segment now.
All right. Well, did you know that about 46 million turkeys are slaughtered every year for your benefit so you can have it on Thanksgiving? No. Well, that was one of them. But for the first time ever, I wrote down like 3 things because it was Thanksgiving. And I was like, I just want to write down 3 things that have to do with Thanksgiving. The first Macy's, did you know the first Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade didn't have balloons, the balloons that you all love, I'm sure. It was in 1924. I don't know if they even had balloons back then. It had puppets riding on floats. They had celebrities, singers. They had a Santa Claus, and they had animals from the Central Park Zoo in the parade. I doubt they were like not caged. I'm sure they were caged. They weren't just like walking down, like dancing and stuff. But
It's like a traveling zoo.
traveling zoo. And the first Thanksgiving, did you know, probably didn't have turkey, but rather things like lobster, seal, and swan.
Being on the coast there, right?
Yeah.
Lobster on Thanksgiving would be perfect.
Ew. Ugh.
Hey, Ryan, through your research, did you happen to see which states slaughter the most turkeys for Thanksgiving? Because I did see
didn't.
that. Any guess? There
Do
was
you
two
know?
that they listed. Yeah, one was by weight and one was by total count.
All right. So by weight, I'm going to
Texas.
go Texas.
Wrong.
And wrong?
Yeah.
All right. So it's Rhode Island.
No.
Just kidding. It was obviously.
California.
It was North Carolina.
Butterball. Shout out.
Are they headquartered there?
Yeah, they're at like
Maybe
4
that's
minutes
why.
from my house.
Does it smell like turkey?
Butterball is just killing a
Can you
bunch of
walk outside?
turkeys in North Carolina,
Unreal.
and the most amount.
Butterball and Smithfield are both in North Carolina.
That explains a lot.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the most turkeys apparently is from Minnesota.
Never would have guessed that.
There's also Butterball's sister company, Select Genetics, is in Minnesota. I'm just
Man, Anthony knows all this stuff. Look at that.
well, they're also my client.
Wait. There's a food company called Select Genetics.
Yep,
Nope. Don't like that.
Yeah, that doesn't seem great.
No.
Interesting.
kind of like Food Inc. all over.
Oh my gosh. Well, I bet all of their food is genetically modified.
Probably
Yeah.
a good bet.
How do you get a 20-pound turkey on your Thanksgiving Day table?
I don't.
Ryan, do you plan on eating any turkey on Thanksgiving?
No, I don't plan on eating any turkey. Those poor turkeys. I'm going to kill a pig instead and eat the ham.
All right, let's go to some rapid game picks. Ryan caught up to me last week, so I got Ryan led the way with 10
Yeah.
correct.
Ryan, you were having a monster week. I was going through filling out the spreadsheet. You had everything right besides the push with Buffalo and Cleveland for the -8 until the last three, which you got all wrong. But you still managed to win last week. So
Wow.
Ryan at 10 correct. Rob got 8 correct, and I got 7 correct. So for the season, Rob has 93 correct, and Ryan and I both have 79. So we've got, 5 or 6 weeks left to see who has to grow out their mustache. So I better start right now.
Let's go. Actually, I like that. Going last. So, wait, do I get to pick again? Because I'm not last anymore.
let's let Anthony pick the order this week.
All
since
right.
He's the newly tied for last person. So what order do you want?
I'll go Rob, myself, and then Ryan.
That's cool.
All right. If you guys are ready, I will start it off.
Let's go.
I'm so ready.
Buffalo at Detroit +10. I'm taking the Lions.
I'm taking the Bills to finally get their offense in order.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bills.
New York Giants at Dallas -9.5. Cowboys for me.
Take the Giants to keep it close.
I will also take the Giants to keep it close.
In the last Thanksgiving game, New England at Minnesota -2.5. I'll take the Vikings.
Vikings.
This seems like a New England game to me.
Okay, Sunday games. Houston at Miami -13.5. Taking Houston.
Take Miami.
Miami.
Baltimore at Jacksonville +4. Go Ravens.
My Jags are back off their bye, baby. Let's go.
I'll go
Thought you
Ravens.
might go that way. Chicago at the New York Jets -4.5. Take the Jets.
Jets feel like they're about ready to fall apart, so I'm going Chicago.
Yeah, I agree. Chicago.
Cincinnati at Tennessee, plus 1.5. Bengals. For me,
Bengals.
Titans.
Atlanta at Washington, -4. I'll take the Commanders.
I will also take the Commanders.
You say Atlanta, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're playing Curtis Samuel. Like I say, Atlanta for me.
Denver at Carolina, plus 2.5. Broncos for me.
Denver.
Carolina.
Tampa Bay at Cleveland. It should be Cleveland plus 3.5. I will take Tampa.
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 Raiders at Seahawks, -3.5. Take the Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Raiders.
Chargers at Cardinals, plus 4.5. I am on the Chargers.
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 New Orleans at San Francisco, -9.5. Give me the 49ers.
Same. I feel like they're becoming the best team in the league.
They're on a roll.
New Orleans.
Ryan just wants to pick against me in every game this week.
No, I don't.
LA Rams at Kansas City. I will take the Rams.
The Rams. That's a lot of points.
What were the points?
14.5.
Kansas City minus
Oh,
14.5.
Holy. Give me Kansas City.
Green Bay at Philly -7. I'll take the Packers.
I'll take it the Packers as well.
I'll go Philly.
And the last game of the week, Pittsburgh at Indianapolis -2.5. I'll take the Steelers.
I will also take the Steelers. Najee Harris is looking pretty good the last couple of weeks.
No, he's not. Give me the Colts.
All right.
I don't know,
Those are
Ryan.
all
I think you were trying to pick different from me every game,
Did we pick it different every game?
except for like 2.
Oh,
2
so
out of 16. That's a lot different. This
I
could be good
really-
or disastrous. For one
Well,
or
I
both
both
of
split
us.
them, honestly.
Yeah, we
No.
might just both split.
Yeah.
As always, the most important thing when we pick games is the dog of the week. And last week, Lulu got us over the 500 mark. We are now 4-3, which
And
is
apparently, we're not
pretty-
in full alignment this week.
Yeah, I'll say, Ryan, we have to change your pick because our dog of the week is the Rams plus 14.5 at the Chiefs.
All right. Change my pick. Change my pick. I said it was a lot.
No, we don't have to change your pick. I said you.
No,
could,
no. Change
you
my
could go
pick.
different.
I'm in alignment with you guys. I want to be. This is one mind. Ultraflex, one mind.
Really, what it came down to was we didn't see an obvious dog this week, so we kind of defaulted towards the most
The
points.
huge line.
Yeah, 14.5 is a lot.
But again, the most important thing is the picture of the dog. So send us a picture of your dog. And overall, we're 4-3 for picking an underdog, which is probably up there compared to a lot of the professionals. So that's kind of impressive. And now to Ryan's favorite segment of the week.
I do want to say, I believe Tony started us off with our first 3 losses. So have we won like 4 in a row?
No.
No?
We were 1-1, and then I asked for you guys' input. Or I was 1-1.
Are you sure about that? We might have to go back and vet that. I feel like you lost 2 in a row, and then you were like, "I can't do it, guys. But we gotta do this together."
Well, they should all be on Twitter, right?
Yeah, so I'll go
we
look
can
at my
easily-
Twitter.
We can easily find out what our record is.
All right. Listener question of the week: which officer characters would we be?
Try again.
Officer?
Did I say officer? Did I say officer? I'm sorry. me try that again. Which Office character would we be?
So this is the show, The Office.
This is from the show The Office. That's accurate. Right. Dunder Mifflin, Scranton, Pennsylvania. I'm sure everyone knows. Is that even? I hope it's Scranton, Pennsylvania.
It is.
Yep.
All right.
Ryan, go ahead.
So I'm definitely Michael. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Ryan.
Listen, I had this one nailed down. I was like, there's no way I watch that show and don't think any other way other than this. And I sent you both each an explanation of why I think that you are who you are. Rob, let me get to my explanations here. You're Jim.
Yep.
I said, I feel like you look like him, first of all. That was just the first thing. He loves sports. You love sports. He goes and starts his own. Well, I probably shouldn't. I don't want to have any spoilers. So he's good at his job, but he's.
You just got to say spoiler alert and then wait like 2 seconds or something. I mean, come on.
Oh, okay. Spoiler alert. He starts like his own job and all that stuff, or company with some other guys, and they do all business stuff or sports stuff. So he's really good at his job, but he's not like so ambitious that he wants to move right up to the top and be like the CEO or like regional manager or anything like that. Like, I feel like you're very happy with where you are, with your job. And I'm not saying you don't want a promotion, but I'm saying like you're fine with what you're doing.
Yep. I won't argue with that. I'm not trying to run any big company here.
Yeah. And you're both like cool, calm, and collected. Like, that's just both of your personalities. Tony.
Oh, I'll read what you said.
Oh. Oh man, you're gonna feel okay. I didn't mean this in like any sort of mean way.
Ryan said that I am a people pleaser who secretly stuffs down all his rage until it explodes.
Oh, that's funny. But I also said that you can BS your way out of anything. You're funny.
Yep, keep going.
I said you're funny. I said you're proud of your work and you want to be at the top. You want to make it to the top. That's it. And by people pleaser, I just mean, you like to please people.
Did we say who we thought Anthony was?
Yeah, he's Andy.
Okay,
Sorry.
I must have missed it.
He is Andy. If I didn't say it, then whenever I watch The Office, I swear to God, every time Andy comes on the screen, I'm like, that's Anthony right there. That's that dude.
It's been way too long since I've watched The Office.
It's
been a
so
while.
good.
I agree with the second text. I believe that I am proud of my work, and one day I want to be at the top of some company.
You don't think that you're an ambitious person, like in your job?
No, yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, because I did say that. I didn't just say that you were a people pleaser in the first text. I said that Andy is an ambitious people pleaser who secretly stuffs down all his rage.
Yeah,
like that's you.
I ignored that. I just read people pleaser.
Oh, and okay. he did a cappella, right?
He did.
I think Anthony does a little bit of that on the side.
Yes,
I've heard.
Anthony is a professional acapella singer.
Is he also funny, but not just very smart?
No, you're both funny and smart. Both very funny and smart. And for myself, I'm gonna go with Michael Scott. I say stupid stuff all the time that's sometimes insensitive, and I've been working on that for like my whole life. People usually love me or they hate me. I'm very proud. I'm a very proud person, and I see myself as a good leader, even if I'm not actually one all the time. And I'm also very immature, and I think that I'm hilarious. So, just as demeaning, I guess, as yours was, Anthony.
I could see you being a Michael Scott type leader if you worked in an office setting.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
that was good. That was a good question. Is that it? Just one?
Just one. Unless you guys have any questions that you want to.
No, that was pretty deep for a listener question. That we did good. I don't think we need any more this week. Maybe we'll get 2 next week.
Next week we'll talk about our feelings. Most importantly, this week, everyone, send us a picture of your dog at UltraflexFP or at UltraflexRob or at UltraflexRyan or at UltraflexSutton. But most importantly, enjoy time with your friends and family and have a great Thanksgiving. I know I'm excited. This is our first Thanksgiving with 2 little ones, and we've got some family coming over. So hopefully you guys are spending a lot of time with your family. And I'm thankful for football because that means we get to do this silly podcast and hang out and BS away around an evening where I don't care if 5 people listen or 100 people or 100,000 people listen. Either way, it's fun. So
Well
hope
said.
you guys have a happy Thanksgiving, and we will talk to you soon.
Happy
Sounds good.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
What's up, Ultraflexers? Thank you for listening to our show. We appreciate all of you for your support. If you would like to support us even more, we have a website, ultraflexfootball.com. Or if you would like to subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts or on YouTube, that would be great. We would also really appreciate it if you would rate our show. Unless, of course, if you don't like it, then maybe make a donation on our website so that we can make the show even better just for you. You can also leave us a voicemail on our website if there's something you'd like to share, and then maybe we'll play it on the podcast. Once again, we appreciate all of you, and we look forward to talking random stuff again next week. Oh yeah, and some football.